We have broken away from regular programming. An apparent attack on the World Trade Center in New York.
We now have both buildings on fire, and it's hard to say at this point, but that cannot be an accident.
I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. Tell my children that I love them very much.
This is out of a movie.
Another plane hit the second tower.
I'm going to die. Live, say your prayers.
Bill, we do have a bulletin from Associated Press that says a plane has now crashed into the Pentagon.
This is the worst nightmare for American security forces and the people of the United States.
The second building just crumbled.
Oh, my God. There are no planes taking off in the entire country.
The morning started off just as any other morning. We have monitors in the station, and I'm looking at the TV, and the reports are starting to come out, and then all of a sudden we were getting news that was coming in over the wires, and it was handed, and at that point we started talking about the attack.
So this is war. It appears some group or another has declared full-scale war on the United States.
My first reaction once that was an airplane was that a plane accidentally went into the tower. At first glance, it was a plane went in. It had to be a plane that had a malfunction. It had to be something wrong where the plane went in. I called Marjorie right as it was the tower was on fire. Tower number 1 was on fire, and we started going live, carrying the news, and I was watching television. And I called Marjorie. I woke her up, and I said, an airplane has just hit the World Trade Tower. And she said, "You're kidding. Why'd you wake me up?" She thought I was joking. And then I said, "Turn on the television." And at that point, like most Americans, riveted to what was going on and listening to my show. So she actually had the radio on, the sound off, the television, and was listening.
Falling, I'd say at least 3/4 the height of the building. People within the entire perimeter began to run for our lives.
You simply don't know. You simply don't know when it's going to come, how it's going to come, and how many people are going to die. Probably the worst day, one of the worst days in our collective history. This will be one of the days you remember for the rest of your life. One thing I promise you, it will never be the same in this country again.
I mean, imagine this. If I had told you September 10th that tomorrow there are going to be 4 planes that are going to be attacking, American planes that were going to be attacking the United States. The World Trade Center was going to go down, the Pentagon was going to be hit, and hundreds of people were going to be killed there. And they did it with box cutters. It was all done with a few box cutters. You would think I was nuts. And that's precisely what happened.
One of the World Trade Center buildings just collapsed. The entire building collapsed. There is nothing left of it. The whole thing just came down. The whole building is now down. You can't even imagine the number of people that have died.
That entire morning, and we're talking, 7 hours of broadcast, the whole thing was extraordinary.